I'll let you guys ride for a few minutes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on a main event win. Actually, not a main event Wednesday. Main event tomorrow. We got a great person coming on. But tonight, oh no, with Sonny Ono, Tokyo Heat. Sonny Ono will not be here tonight. Sonny will not be here tonight. Sonny is traveling. I think he's on his way to this golf tournament thing that we talked about last week. So, Sonny, hope you have safe flight, drive, whichever way you're getting there. But this is the world's most dangerous podcast, Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. I am your host, Stevie Ray. And tonight, a couple of guys contacted me, They wanted to come on tonight and talk about the A&E biography. What's going on, Queen? They want to talk about that. And I was like, brother, I talked about it already, man, but they had a few more things they want to talk about. Well, you guys know Chris Dillsworth. He comes on the show every now and then and gives me my update on what's going on in professional wrestling. So Chris wanted to come on, and he wanted to come on with one of his co-hosts from his show. So I told him, hey, you guys can come on. And y'all can talk about what you want to talk about. They want to talk about the A&E thing. And I was just having a conversation right here on Instagram with one of my Instagram followers. And we were talking about some of the A&E shows from the past, like the one with Macho Man Savage and the one with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And they just did one this past Sunday, this past Mother's Day, with my brother, Booker T. So a lot of people want to give their 2 cents or 3 cents or 5 cents on what they think about it in the night. I'm going to give everybody their chance to do it. So Chris Dillsworth will be here shortly along with one of his co-hosts, Mr. USA, I think his name is, or something of that nature. But I'm right here with everybody riding along on Instagram. Hello, Instagram guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation I just had on Instagram with my main man. And who always, I'm going to have to bring him on the show. He's always got very good, compelling questions to ask me, man. And I really enjoy that because this guy is a real, I don't know, he must be a scholar when it comes to professional wrestling because he educates me. Chris Dillsworth also educates me on what's going on because, guys, you have to know, I got so much stuff going on that I just can't keep up with professional wrestling as good as I used to, man. First of all, it's hard for me to actually watch TV for a long period of time. Hey, Troy, what's going on? I enjoyed seeing the A&E show and your brother. Okay, Troy. Troy, did you come on last night? I thought you told me that last night. Maybe you didn't. Hit him with the slapjack? No, man, I can't do that, brother. Steve, I was wrong about an A&E documentary analyst. I'm sorry. No, you wasn't wrong. It wasn't the fact that you're wrong. I was just trying to give you some insight on how they do this stuff, man. The A&E stuff is so big and glorious because it's not like a documentary, it's more of a biography. But the thing is, like I was telling you guys, what's up, Coach? I was telling you guys, they skim over a lot of stuff and they cherry pick a lot of stuff. And if you don't know the story, that's one thing. But if you know the story and you done lived the story, that's another one, man. Just like the other night. I don't know how many of you guys saw this. They had Ivan Putski up there talking. Now, I got nothing against Ivan Putski. Me and my brother went to Ivan Putski's school. But our whole career, we always talked about Scott Casey being the driving force behind what my brother and I was able to achieve. We've always talked about that. Matter of fact, in 2018, we were inducted into the Cauliflower Hall of Fame for the tag team that year. And Scott Casey is the one that presented us. And we were so proud of that because we made him proud. Not that we didn't make Ivan proud, but Scott used to sit us down and talk to us and really give us, you know, the real background of professional wrestling. The real background of it. But when you watch the show the other night, it was like my brother saying Ox Baker did that. Never had. We was on a show with Ox Baker once back in Houston years ago. Ox Baker ain't spent no time with us like Scott Casey spent time with us. So I really didn't like that, to be honest. I didn't like it because Scott Casey deserves a lot of credit for that. Stevie, I heard the Black and White show this Thursday was very intense. Yeah, it was. Oh, they dropped it already? I thought they was dropping it this week. But, you know, it was what it was. Oh, not yet? Oh, okay. So those are some of the things that I'm talking about, man. That how they just, you know, take things and put it in. You say you hope I put disco in its place. I ain't really trying to put nobody in their place. It's just the fact that it just kind of behooves me how people look at certain things. Disco and I are real cool, man. I love the guy. But I don't like, for people out there that don't know, Disco and I was discussing the January 6th insurrection. And Disco put it in context like, oh, well, they really didn't do anything and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. Bruh, if I had a loved one that day, or a cousin, or a friend, and one of those people that died over some bullshit, I'm pissed off, bro. So I'm not going to let somebody tell me, oh, they didn't really do anything. It wasn't no big deal. Oh, come on, man. As a country, we bigger than that. So that was the discussion I was having with Disco the other day. You can't minimize something that's tragic. Can't do it. Unless you don't want to be looked at as someone within yourself that you don't feel like, okay, if I marginalize and minimize it, in my head and in my mind, it's not as bad as it was. You know, come on, man. Come on, bro. Really? If that was one of your loved ones, would you say that? A policeman go home and commit suicide? Because his mind is fucked up? Really? Ain't that some shit? So that's what I was talking about. I don't want to get into that. Let's stay on the subject, y'all. But I appreciate whoever said that, you know. Whoever was asking about that. Yeah, we did a little debate about that. Two-part? Oh, yeah. We did do the two-part. We did do a two-part. Yeah, that's right. Oh, man, I forgot about that. Man, y'all more up on stuff than I am. But getting back to the biographies, man. I had a buddy of mine. I was just on the phone with a buddy of mine, and he was talking about some of the things he didn't like in the Macho Man Savage one, man. I was like, wow, man, you know, that's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. At the end of the day, man, they're going to do things the way they see stuff. And if they're doing things the way they see stuff, then it is what it is. But I was talking about some of the things in the A&E with my brother, and I'm like looking at this like, okay, that didn't happen like that. Oh, okay, I don't remember that. Okay, that didn't happen like that. So, who was that? Red Dragon. Appreciate that, brother. I got the Instagram guys watching right now, and you guys can't see or hear when I have the guest on. We'll be talking. Uh, Stevie Ray, I'm been dying to hear you challenge disco for months. I emailed Vince months ago and asked him, "Oh, you did? What you got against disco, man? You don't like what disco talks about? Really? Part two. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the Booker T biography." Uh, yeah, that's what I'm just talking about. That's what I was just talking about. A&E didn't show the correct story. They showed the correct story, man. They just chose bits and pieces that wasn't as accurate as they really were. Like I was saying, when they brought Ivan Pusky on the show, because we went to Ivan Pusky school, we did, but who was that? Daniel said, "How many people called me last?" Nobody. It's funny, Daniel, how my buddies that I've been friends with for 35 years, they'll call me. They've been calling me because this is the thing, man. When I used to come off the road and I hang out with my friends, well, my friends knew to call me Stevie Ray. They can't call me my given name in public. So they've done that so much that they don't even call me by my regular name no more. Is that crazy? You know, my buddies that I grew up with, they don't even call me by my name anymore. Is that crazy? But that's the way it is. You know, but sometimes they will, but they did it so much because they don't know who's around and who's listening, and so they don't want to take the chance no more. And they'll call me Stevie Ray. That's the craziest thing, man. It's funny you ask that, man, because I never really thought about it, man, until I was watching the documentary, and hold on, guys. Who that DK? No, Stevie. He gets a lot of things right, but he can be very arrogant in different ways regarding race and other things. He picks on Vince and Jeff a lot, sometimes going over the top on Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Disco. Oh, hey man, Disco. So many of these guys live in their own world, bro. I mean, yeah, Daniel. So that's how that is, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't know anybody, Daniel. Daniel. Nobody calls me by my given name. I mean, I don't know anybody now. Nobody. Like I say, if your buddies that been knowing you forever call you Stevie Ray, you know it's a done deal. You already know that. Democracy at work. Disco is naive about racism. You know something, democracy? Disco is your common everyday Caucasian person in America. Race is a very difficult thing to learn, and it's a very difficult thing to talk about. So it's a lot of people like to talk about it in a way of which it shouldn't be talked about because that's all they know. So when they get into a conversation with people like myself, everything sounds foreign to them because you've learned about racism from television. You've learned about racism from the channels of which you grew up in, and you've learned about racism with roundabout talk. You've never been educated on racism. It's a big difference. It's a really big difference. Really big difference, man. So when people start to spout off about different things like that, then they're talking in a comfort zone. It's easy to talk about something in a comfort zone. It's very hard to talk about things outside of a comfort zone, because now you really got to listen, and you really got to learn and be educated. Because like I said, most people talk about things from the outside in, not from the inside out, if that makes sense. You know what, DeMarcus, he's Italian. At one point in time, Italians, like most people who are descendants from Southern Europe, were not even considered to be. Daniel, did you know I had to tell him that? Did you know that, Daniel? What are your thoughts on Paul brothers and the Paul brothers and Floyd? Did you see that when he pulled his hat off? Oh, man. Man, I thought it was hilarious. Man, you know what? I'm going to tell you what I really think. Because I'm going to have Ronnie Shields, who's a trainer of Jamal Charlo. I'm going to get him back on, and I'm going to talk about this. I want to know what you think about a person that considers himself the best ever getting into scrimmage with these kids, man. What you think about that? How does that look? Do you honestly believe, what you think about that? Don't you think Floyd Mayweather a little bit too old to be doing this kind of bullshit, bro? Come on, man. Manny Pacquiao, 41 years old. He getting ready to fight a top hand. I respect that, win or lose. Floyd Mayweather fighting a internet guy. Okay, it might be money in that, but I'm a big proponent of boxing. I'm not a big proponent of the sideshow. Hell, I worked in the working business. But at least we let you know it's a working business and we just here to entertain. Don't try to give me some real shit, and you know it's not real. This is the same thing I said, was that 4 or 5 years ago, when he was getting ready to fight Conor McGregor. I'm like, brother, this was a work. It ain't no way Conor McGregor can beat a world-class boxer. So now look where we are right now. Look what he started. First of all, Floyd Mayweather never passed the torch to the up-and-coming guy, which is very disrespectful. And you ain't got to believe me. Go ask some of the real top boxers out there. You always hand off the torch to the up-and-coming guy to keep everything going. Even in pro wrestling, you see it every day. Even in basketball, even when the Pistons run was over and the Bills took over, when the Lakers run was over and the Pistons took over, that's the way it goes, man. You always pass the torch, man. He never did. But now you want to get out and do this kind of bullshit to make some money. So, are you really thinking about your legacy, or are you really just thinking about money? So if you're just really thinking about money, you can't possibly put your name out there with the best that was ready to die in the ring. They was ready to die in the ring because I know I'm better than the next guy. You want some, come get some. So, but, I'll watch anything, though. I'll watch it. But that's the thing, man. Fight a top. Even when he got older, you could have fought a top guy, one of the up-and-coming guys. And if they beat you, it wouldn't have been no shame. But if they didn't beat you, you could have said, hey, bro, I gave the young guys a chance. Y'all still wasn't good enough. So I'm moving on. But what you do? You fight Andre Berto? Everybody to knock this sucker out, man. And made that a pay-per-view. You should have gave that free That should have been free on regular TV, not even cable. That should have been on, if you got 3 stations that didn't make a dime. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like I've said once, I've said 1,000 times. Disco, you know, you done heard me say this. Everything has stolen from professional wrestling. Everything we see on television now has stolen from professional wrestling. Damn, can't we have anything? Everybody used to sit there and say, do you watch professional wrestling? Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't really watch it. No, that's fake, isn't it? Oh, I don't watch fake. But yet, everything is stolen from professional wrestling. Even politics. Donald Trump turned into Ric Flair. Turned into Ric Flair, got elected president. Everything is stolen from professional wrestling. I know y'all hear me talking. I know y'all hear me talking. You tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Reality shows, where they get that from? Where they get reality shows from? Stevie, are you in touch with? Yeah, me and Rod talk on social media a lot. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get Rod on the show. You know, so me and Rod have always stayed in touch. You know, we always ended up at something together. And now, when the social media came around, we was able to holler at each other. Matter of fact, Rod put me over when I won the GWF heavyweight title. Rod is the one that put me over. You know, so I'm gonna bring him on the show and we're gonna talk about that, man. I think that'd be a good show, man. Because Rod was a hell of a hand back in the day. I really respect Rod Price, man. I'm gonna be honest about that, brother. I really, that's one guy I really have a lot of respect for, man. And he was always business, man. He's always willing to help me and my brother, man, and kind of looked out for us in a lot of ways, man, because we had a lot of matches with him and his partner. So we I think Rod's living in Louisiana now, man, but that's about it, man, to be honest. I've never been one of those guys to really, could you please send my brother and I an autograph? You have always been one of, well, you know, I really, who's that? Chubby says, what's up with Booker T? Shit, I don't know. You tell me. What's up with him? What do you mean? Oh, yeah. I have nothing but respect. Is incorrect and consistent, you know. Yeah, man. Rod should have been, you know, I thought Rod was going to go to WWE, man, back in the day. But once we left, I don't know what he really, I think he was still working, but, you know, sometimes guys get frustrated with this business, man. Anything outside boxing ring is a work now. Think about it, man. I didn't say it, you said it. I'm just saying, brother, it just kind of like trips me out that so many people try to, Mayweather says he's worth $1 billion. Really, bro? Really? Then why is he deciding to fight a YouTuber? $1 billion. Man, I had somebody else say that to me one day. You know, I even heard Stephen A. Smith saying that Floyd Mayweather is a billionaire. You telling me Floyd Mayweather got more money than LeBron James? Floyd Mayweather generated a lot of money on those phony ass fights he had. His chase is, I know, Pedro. Pedro, you're 100% right. He's trying to keep himself relevant so he can sell his money team shit and all that kind of stuff. You even see when Devontae Davis is up for a fight, Floyd Mayweather up there talking for him. You ever notice that? You ever notice that? That's what happens, you know. Spot on, Pedro, spot on. That's what he's trying to do. But ladies and gentlemen, I think I got somebody in the house. Y'all gonna enjoy this tonight, y'all. Sonny Ono's not here. As a matter of fact, I think I'm kicking Sonny off the show altogether. I don't even think I want him back on the show no more. I think we're having such a good time talking to each other, and we don't get a chance to do this a lot. Just talk to the fans and answer you guys' questions and stuff like that. I think because of Sonny Ono and him hogging the show, I think I'm gonna give him the rest of the month off. What about that? Then you and I, the fans, we can talk and have a good time. And hell, we can bring Chris Dillsworth is out there, y'all. We can bring Chris on every other week and talk about some wrestling stuff. See, Coach, you like that, Coach? Let's do that, Coach. I'm going to send Sonny an email. I think he's in Wyoming. I'm going to tell him to stay there. Don't even come back to Iowa and bother me, But let's get Chris Dillsworth out here, man.
Hey, Stevie, how you been?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I'm going to tell you the truth, Chris. I'm having good conversation with the fans because Sonny is not on the show tonight. Apparently, he's traveling somewhere. I know he got to go to this old stupid golf tournament he was telling me about last week, and everybody knows how I feel about golf. And, oh, man, come on, brother. I did so many interviews about golf, people don't even want to hear me talk about it no more.
I don't even play golf like that.
I don't play either. My brother played like crazy. He loved golf, man. But, my other brother plays too. Him and Booker play together all the time, man. But I'm a fast person. I'm into fast-paced stuff and dangerous. Who was that? Oh, Troy, you live in Wyoming? I'm sorry. But I'm going to the United Nations. And I'm going to give my grievance when I present Stevieville. I'm sorry, Troy. Wyoming is one of the states I'm coming for. So I'm just letting you know that now. Everybody in Wyoming going to have to move out because I'm bringing my coalition, bro. So I'm just letting you know, I'm giving you a heads up. It's 2-3 years down the road, though. So you got time to pack up and everything. But you got to leave your house. But, Chris, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro? What's going on? My co-host should be coming.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Do you see him?
No, not right now. When he pops up, I'll see him.
Okay, all right. What's going on?
Good. Your lighting was okay. It's not too bad. Your lighting's not too bad. No, we just talking about there he is right there, Kid USA.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring him in.
All right.
Kid. Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
What's up, guys? What's up, Kid?
Good to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
Okay. Let me get my stuff together here.
For the people on Facebook, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Hey, guys.
You guys are live on Facebook right now. You're live on Twitch, and you're also live on YouTube right now. And I got my Instagram guys on, but they can't hear you. I haven't figured out how to go live on Instagram yet. But
okay.
I just missed you doing the Okay, guys. Hey, guys, on Instagram, you guys can't hear my guest that I got on, so I'm going to have to get with you guys tomorrow. Because we got a very, very, very good guest coming on tomorrow. Mr. Giannis will be on tomorrow. He's an MMA fighter out of Houston, Texas. And, we got a big MMA event this Saturday night, the 15th. So you guys be looking for that interview tomorrow. But I got to get out of here, guys. But just letting you know. Peace, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Okay. Got those guys out the way. Okay, guys, what's going on now, Chris? I seen you with a whole bunch of your stuff, talking lip, man, getting down to the real get down. Now I always let you come on this show and say what you want. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It is freedom of speech on this show. You know that. So, with that being said, brother, tell me what What is it about the A&E documentary biography that you didn't like, man?
It's not that I didn't like it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you guys a story though.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna watch it at all.
Okay.
But one of my friends from Chicago, he had said, Chris, you really should watch this documentary. So I'm just like, you know how I really feel about Booker T. You know, it's just we don't match well. But he was just you
don't match well with anybody.
Shut up!
You don't match well with anybody.
He can barely tolerate me.
I have to get on his ass all the time, man. He come on the show talking shit.
I'm walking away from this part.
No, get back over here.
He can barely tolerate me, man. I tell you.
But yeah, like I wasn't gonna watch it at first, but you know, he said that there's some things on there that I need to watch.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Then I ran into you. For some apparent reason, I said, Stevie is going to hit me up. Either I hit him up or he gonna hit me up. And then he was like, now why are you sitting here talking shit? I was like, what were you talking about? Like, what? I was like, I'm not even talking shit. I'm like, come on now.
You know why?
He wants to.
No, not exactly. But watching the biography, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, it was very emotional. It was emotional. It was I learned a lot from you guys, you know what I'm saying? And how can I put this? Like, how can I say this without being disrespectful?
Say it, man.
It was a lot of whitewashing.
You ain't never thought about being respectful before. Now all of a sudden,
shut up.
Now he wants to hold back.
No, I'm not.
Choose your words.
No, I'm saying, no, I'm not trying to be controversial on your program, but from what I'm looking at, shut up, be quiet. No. From what I seen, it was a lot of whitewashing on there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll admit to that myself because I admitted to it. I told the guys, what's the day? Tuesday. I told the guy, is it day Tuesday? Yeah.
Yes.
I told the guys, I lose track of time, man. I've been hit on the head with a lot of chairs, man. I don't know one day from another. But I told the guys that last night, and I also told them last week before it came on. Mm-hmm. This is how they do things when they're trying to protect the brand, and this is how they do things when they just want it to be apple pie and milk and apple pie. You see what I'm saying? So they leave out, or like I don't know if the word whitewash is too strong, but I understand what you're saying. But even I was just talking tonight before you guys came on about so many things in it that didn't really happen the way they said.
It's a WWE product.
Exactly.
It's a WWE product, and it's a WWE promotion. Yeah, as soon as it was over, they had Booker T's treasure show.
I'm like
right after.
Right.
I saw it.
WWE has something to do with all of it.
Oh no, WWE did the whole thing. Because you got to realize A&E is a part of NBC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know that Peacock. You see what I'm saying? All that is all under the same umbrella now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, hey, whose reverb is that?
I'm sorry, that was me. I am so sorry. My bad.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you looking for a robe? Okay, how the robe get stolen in the first? I mean, how they gonna say stolen, but lost in the first place?
You tell which one?
Like my brother, and I'm looking for some robe with some guy.
Yeah, it was.
That was the corniest.
Yeah, it was the black.
I was so lost on that one.
It was the black. It was a black robe with the gold. Yeah, one of his students made
I know
that
what it was. I know what it was, but how do you know one of the students made it?
Because I watched the show.
And you believe everything you watch?
Not really.
That was a TV show, brother. A reality.
That's what
TV.
I'm saying. I'm watching it, and I'm like, what am I supposed to believe here?
Oh man, come on! You're just supposed to be entertained, just like Real Housewives of the Potomac. You're just supposed to be entertained.
I'm more entertained by this show than I'm watching Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and it.
We ain't gonna get into that. That's a subject for Sunday.
No, I'm just saying, man. That lost robe. I mean, come, brother. if you are someone of notoriety and someone actually knows something means something to you, do you really got to go look for it?
No.
Really? No.
Why did they even get rid of the stuff anyway?
Well, who said they got rid of it? Like I said, it's a TV show. You don't even know. This is like the Addams Family, bro. It's just a show.
Just so they can put it in the WWE museum?
No, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. That robe means nothing to someone unless they bought it and it's some kind of souvenir for them. If they got it, found it somewhere, and they know who it belongs to, you ain't got to go look for it. They will call you and say, hey, man, especially a robe like that, how did it get lost in the first place? Hey, man, my name is so-and-so, and I got your robe. I was wondering which you wanted back or blah, blah, blah. You ain't got to go look for it. Mm-hmm. You're a known person.
Is it a possibility they could all be planted?
Brother, I can put it like this. If what I'm saying right now that you are not really grasping, then you're too old for me to help you. Please do not be disrespected by that. I'm telling you how television works.
That's fine.
That's what
great.
I'm telling you.
Please keep it coming.
I'm telling you how television works, bro. Everything on what I'm saying is this: use your common sense. If a rope like that and someone has it, years and years and years ago, you know how long ago it's been since he wore that rope. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have to go look for it. People know who you are and where you are. Mm-hmm. They will contact you. They would have did it 15 years ago. Not when it's convenient when we got the A&E stuff going on right now. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It's just for TV.
Then the next person, who did they have last week looking for something? Because I seen it came on before the A&E thing. I can't remember who it was.
I think it was Kane.
Okay, all these people looking for stuff that's been lost in the wilderness. WWE is like Nino Brown, bro. You know who Nino Brown is? Chris, tell me who Nino Brown.
I don't know.
From the movie New Jack City.
Oh, wait a minute. Shit, I haven't watched
from the movie New Jack City. So, in essence, they don't. Like, remember Nino people had to work with no clothes on because he didn't trust nobody. That's Vince McMahon. Ain't no memorabilia finna get lost nowhere.
Oh, Kane mostly had all his stuff though.
Kane got all of his stuff. When they want to do a show, they just make it up.
Right.
I need a shot. I need a shot for that one.
Hey man, you know something, bro? Now you're drunk. Now you're gonna be intoxicated.
No.
Well,
him.
Not I ain't that much of a lightweight. No.
Anyway, going back to what you're talking about, Chris. I don't want to get on that other fucking show. That was all garbage.
That's cool.
Anyway, what you was talking about when you was talking about whitewash, what part of it that you really thought was whitewashed? Or marginalized?
All across the board. Like, okay, so y'all, it might be a long, maybe 10 minutes or whatever, but I'm just going to let you know because I wrote some notes while I was watching it.
Okay.
So, cool. Number one, what I got from it, and this is a shout out to you, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, Stevie. You know how I am. I think you are the unsung hero in Booker T's life. I think you were the father figure in his life. You saved his life after he came out from prison.
Right out of my mouth.
I mean, like I had to. That was the first thing I had to like really bring up. Like I'm just sitting up here and I'm like saying like Stevie was the one who really saved Booker T's life.
Well, my brother me and my brother talked about that on many occasions. Matter of fact, we even talked about the Hall of Fame induction. But yeah, when he has to. But a lot of that was even left out. But anyway,
yeah. But also, I want to ask you this question personally. Okay. Like, you, Booker, and your sisters were all in the same predicament. How were you able to get out of that, like that whole scenario? Like, you guys were, in a house, an abandoned house for I don't know how many weeks or whatever. I know you have to go and move with your sister. Like, what did you do to like, get out of that, that whole situation? Like, I know it was very depressing to lose your mother at a very young age.
That's the thing. A lot of that was all convoluted. It didn't really go down the way you saw it on the show as much.
Okay.
But the thing was, my brother actually came and stayed. I had moved out with a friend of mine, and then my brother actually came to live with me, and we got an apartment together. See, they didn't even talk about any of that.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't talk about any of that. So, like I said, a lot of the stuff was, I'm not going to say whitewashed, but it was curtailed in a way where things would, I guess you only got so much time, but if you got 2 hours to do something, you can talk about it a little bit more. But it wasn't like an abandoned house and all this kind of stuff, man. But be it as it may, it was tough times, though. But be it as it may, my brother just kind of like gravitated to certain things, some of his little friends. Whereas I had already gone through a lot of that stuff at a younger age. Whereas I didn't want to be around these kind of people anymore. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't want to be around these kind of people some of the people I grew up around, being around pimps, hoes, stuff like that. Not saying that was bad. It's just the way things were. You know what I'm saying? So when you want to, okay, I moved to the other side of town, and because, I wanted to get away from the side of town that I grew up on. Because as long as I'm over there, I'm around, the same people that I've been around. You see what I'm saying? So that's basically what it was. And like I say, when you're around the same people, you make the choices that they make sometimes become the choices that you make.
Right. Another thing, before I hand it off to my co-host, the one thing that I also did notice, they left a lot of shit out. Like a lot of shit. A lot of my followers were asking to talk about, like, why did they bring up the whole thing about the Shawn Michaels when Booker T was no, matter of fact, I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
The one thing that I did notice, they really touched up on the WCW career. They touched up on that. But then when they got to the WWE, it was very, it was a gray area. Like, why are you trying to hide this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing with the Shawn Michaels when Booker T joined the UWO and when he got super kicked by Shawn Michaels, they didn't talk about that. They didn't talk about the whole thing with Triple H with WrestleMania. Now I think I know why they didn't talk about that, because number one, I think it was very disrespectful how they brought Triple H on the show in the first fucking place. Right. I don't think Triple H should have been anywhere in that documentary at all.
Talking anything positive.
Exactly. He shouldn't even talk. He shouldn't even said anything.
Said he stands out.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because like, number one, I get that you are part of the WWE branch. Right. I get that you part of that whole WWE, executive or whatever. But at the same time, the reason why fans like me is upset with Triple H is because, number one, you are in a racist ass storyline. And the reason why I have an issue with Booker T on this issue is because you and your brother were subjected to racism when you first came into the business. But yet you are in a racist storyline with Triple H, the same person that was on your documentary. And that part, I think, was very disrespectful. And they left that shit out. And I'm like, oh, I see why they left that out. But still, like, I was very uncomfortable seeing Triple H on there, though.
You know what?
We're all uncomfortable with
I
that.
just got through talking about some similar situations also. When I look up and I see Hulk Hogan talking. Then I look up, I see Ivan Putski talking. Now, we went to Ivan Putski's school, but we have never said anything about in our career about Ivan Putski. Never, ever. Other than the fact that we went to his school, and we kind of marginally mentions that. The very person that was the cornerstone of our just having psychology behind this business, that told us how this business is, didn't sugarcoat any of it, how being African American, what are you going to have to come up against in this with Scott Casey?
Right.
And you see how they put it out there, and my brother said it was Ox Baker. It wasn't fucking Ox Baker. I ain't got nothing against Ox Baker, but we did one show with Ox Baker years ago. That was way before we ever made it. Mm-hmm. So how in the fuck Ox Baker gonna lay something down for us? I'm not saying he didn't, but Scott Casey used to grill us on how this business is on a daily basis.
Right.
Not once.
Right.
Not once. For 3 months straight.
Mm-hmm.
So who's going to be more, part of a success story? The person that really schooled you or the person you met one night?
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? But they didn't say nothing. They didn't say nothing about that. Now, when we got inducted into the Cauliflower Hall of Fame back in 2018, Scott Casey inducted us. Mm-hmm. Scott Casey. Because he was the guy that was always the driving force about. He used to always say, hey, man, I think y'all got it, man. I think y'all got it. He used to always say, man. But if
honestly,
this is what's going to happen. This is
you guys were.
That's what he used to tell us.
But
this
you know
what's
what?
going to happen. So what I'm saying is this. When he gets you, this is a white guy telling 2 black guys, this is what's going to happen if you make it. And he didn't sugarcoat.
I seen that part.
He didn't sugarcoat nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And if he was here right now, he'd tell you. When I say he didn't sugarcoat nothing, it wasn't no talking around and letting you figure it out. Fill out the blanks. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
He told us every single solitary thing. If you make it, this is how it's going to happen. And then several years later, me and my brother, this is a true story. Me and my brother, we was in WCW at the time. I think we had just became the tag team champions. And we had to do a radio show. Back in these days, we didn't do the Skype and all that. You have to call in. They talk to different radio people, whatever. Mm-hmm. We call in. We have to call in at a certain time. Me and my brother sitting there talking to the guy, whoever on the other end. I can't remember who. And they said, hey, we got somebody on the line that knows you 2 guys and want to speak to you guys. And me and my brother was like, okay, who could this possibly be? Mm-hmm. And they said, caller, are you there? And they said, yes, I'm here. What's your name? Scott Casey. Scott Casey. He said, I just want to tell Booker and Stevie how proud I am of them. And I got one question for them. And then I'm going to get off and let them finish their interview. And he said, I got one question. Did it happen the way I said it was? And we said yes. He said, that's all I want to know. God bless you guys. And he got off the phone. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Now, did nobody know that was listening to that? Did nobody know what that was all about? If you see what I'm saying. I'm exposing it right now because that was him asking us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done made it now. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm proud of you. I love you. And he was gone, and I didn't talk to Scott again for several years after that. But that's what I'm saying. When somebody that should have been getting interviewed for that whole thing should have been Scott Casey. Yeah.
But you know what, Stevie, the one thing that I think I got out this whole entire video.
What's that?
I have respect for your brother. I do. Because seeing that he came from the background that he came from, he was raised up with he had you guys, he had his sisters, he had his brothers. He didn't have a mother. He didn't have a father. He literally didn't have a father figure. He was gifted. He was literally gifted for someone that didn't have no wrestling experience and blew up in the company from the indies and making it all the way to WCW. It was crazy. I was just I have so much respect for him, and I see where he got, G.I. Joe or G.I. Bro from, what I'm saying? I'm just oh, okay.
And brought it back in WCW.
I did that gimmick. But you know what I'm saying? It kind of gave me some insight on how he thinks. You know what I'm saying? They always say don't judge a book by its cover. And that part, I think, like, I think I was a little bit too harsh on him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, his decisions in the present time, that's the part that I have to kind of question, because if you talk about racism, if you experience racism, then why would you allow some of the things that happen from point A to all the way to point Z to happen? Now, what he decided on, how he figured, like this is how he gonna get through the business, that's on him. I would have handled it a little bit differently, but I'm not Booker T. I'm just a podcaster that's basically looking from the outside. Right. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, my nigga, you are pioneering this business. We all look up to you because, like, number one, you and Stevie Ray came from hard times and became one of the most legendary, best tag team specialists in the business right now. You know what I'm saying? And just one more question I got to ask you before I give it to Kid USA. The one thing that one of my friends asked me, he asked me this today. He said that I know part of this question. He said that, why didn't you go to the WWE to form Harlem Heat during the invasion angle? It could have been a big return for you and
I've answered
Harlem Heat.
I've answered that question 1,000 times, and it still just freaks me out that people still ask me that over. I've been answering that question for 20 years, and people still ask me. First of all, the invasion thing had nothing to do with anything. This is for your friend edification. Okay. First of all, the invasion thing didn't have anything to do with it. Secondly, I'll tell him why. Hopefully, a lot of people are listening to this, so nobody have to ask me this again. I didn't go to WWE because I knew what was going to happen to each and every person from WCW.
That's what you said too.
Okay, and I didn't. I don't do the buffoonery shit. Okay, I don't fucking dance, and I don't turn into coconut butts and all this other bullshit that they look at African Americans as doing. Now, I'm not saying they wouldn't have done that, but I knew Vince and I told other guys this, that once they get there, everything that they was, they're not going to be anymore. Did you see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Look at the stuff my brother had to endure. You are the 5-time WCW champion. You go into WCW, you come in as a major player.
Yeah.
Then the next time, in the next scene, you're getting beat up in a grocery store. Slapstick. You see what I'm saying?
Right. That part right there.
Running from
that was one of my questions.
Daisy Duke, bad kneed, bald-headed woman beater.
See, Stevie, that was another thing too with that.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You know anything about me or my brother? I ain't never ran from no punk in my fucking life, ever.
See, I knew this was.
I'm dead fucking serious right now. I ain't never ran from no motherfucker in my life. Bring it. Bring it. I'm from South Park, Texas, like my brother talked about. Ain't no bitch on this earth gonna make me run from nobody. And you running from this bitch? Yeah, I had a fucking problem with that. Major problem. And then on top of that, you don't even want to work with him? So that's what I'm talking about, how they bring you in and give you the okie doke. I'm bringing you in up here, then next thing you know, you down here doing some funny shit. But that was my brother's career, so I ain't talking about him. I'm just saying what I didn't want to go through. Right. I didn't want to start all over again and start doing, whatever, man. I was just like fed up. I went overseas for like 3-4 years, and I had the best time of my life. Because I didn't have to worry about this bullshit over here, what people are doing on television anymore. And plus I had a flourishing business that I had to be around more of also. But I'm just saying, man, me, my brother, anybody from my family, run from a man? Bro, please.
That's the one thing that, that was also a gray area as well. with, Booker T came in as one of the hottest,
Yeah.
commodities that come in from WCW. Right. And I remember King of the Ring 2001 because he attacked Stone Cold or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
And then that one part where I'm just like, it kind of filled in the blanks and I kind of understood. So you remember when Booker T powerbombed or did a side slam on Stone Cold
side slam
through the table. Mm-hmm. So apparently, and I didn't know about this, but I found out today. So apparently they blamed Booker T for that, but Stone Cold said that.
He said that on the deal today. What about back then?
That's what I'm saying. And then, a month later, he loses the WCW championship.
Right.
And they said that he had some heat behind that shit. I'm like, for real? What?
Whatever the fuck ever. Stone Cold knew damn well my brother ain't fucking try to hurt him. Oh, is this guy clumsy or is he not ready?
It was clearly an accident.
That was bullshit, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that is a way for them to clean it up. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
It's a way for them to clean it up, man. That punk didn't want to work my brother because he knew it would have made his ass look bad. He would have made his ass look like he was going in fucking slow motion.
It was the same thing with Brock Lesnar.
I'm telling you right now, can't nobody in that fucking company outwork my brother at that time. Nobody. Mm-hmm. Nobody in the business at that time was more exciting than my brother. Nobody.
And they wanted to make Booker T look weak.
That punk knew it.
Because he came from WCW. They wanted to make all WCW guys look weak. That's the whole invasion angle.
That's the whole
Booker T was the biggest standout that he came through, and I thought he was going to flourish as soon as he got in there. And he did. But he had that one moment that made Steve Austin look weak, and then what did they do to him?
But this is the thing. Nobody knew. If you're watching that on television, how would you know if anything was awry in that spot?
We didn't even know. We didn't
How would you know?
Well,
look back on it now, and I slid off the table and
the whole thing with
slap your bitch ass in the motherfucking mouth.
And a comment from Fansport 5.
I'm just you know what I'm talking about, Chris.
With the comment from Fansport 5, he's saying even when The Rock said, "Who in the blue hell are you?" I felt like that was very disrespectful to him.
That too.
I'm like, even though Rock is your top guy, but you're going to disrespect Booker T for that.
What I'm saying, kid, is when the guy was asking me a question, this is what they do.
Yeah.
Don't expect anything different. This is what. Everybody they bring.
He's a WCW guy.
Let me try to let you in on what I'm talking about here. Let's take it back in chronological order. They start off with Booker T. Remember that? Then they brought in Scott Steiner. Remember that? Then they brought in Goldberg. Remember that? Now, if you think about it, those were the three biggest stars at that time that was holding the belt, that was going through the carousel of holding the WCW belt. Y'all remember that? And they did them all the same way. They brought them in up here, and the next thing you know, they was down here.
Scott Steiner and Triple H.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then at the end of Scott, let's have a arm wrestling contest. Let's have a pose down. Always making it look like it's up here. Then once the chips was down, when it just get down to the big show, boom, your ass is beat. And then once you beat, now you in Palookaville. Now you out there in tag matches with people you don't even know. Remember that? Remember that? No, come on, bro. Y'all know I know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Okay. Goldberg came in like a house of fire. Remember that? Oh, it's Goldberg. Oh. Oh, he's wiping them. He's cleaning the ring up. Oh, Next thing you know,
buried the next day later.
Okay, 1 year later, they got a whole year out of that. Remember that? Even got color with him. And I told people this was going to happen. I swear to God, guys in the business. I'm not going to call their name. I told them they're setting him up to bring him down. And nobody believed me.
Sting too.
Nobody believe. No, Sting never went. Sting never went.
No, Sting didn't go.
Sting was in WC.
No, I'm not talking
WWE.
about. I'm not talking about a couple of years ago. That
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm talking.
okay.
I mean that watered down bullshit. No, Sting knew exactly. We've talked about this. He knew. He saw how they did all of them.
That's why he never went.
That's why he never went.
And I don't blame him
Because he already knew he was going to get that treatment.
You see,
They were going to make a joke out of his character,
Right,
and
you know
it just
what I'm
wasn't the
saying?
time for it.
Right.
Exactly.
And then because that's what they do. They in the entertainment business. They not in the wrestling business. And you got so many people. You got so many people in certain positions that can do that kind of shit and get away with it. That's what you're talking right. That's what you're talking about, Chris, right now. How do you do a stepping and fetching type angle with a guy and then don't even put him over to make it make sense? Like they used to do back in the day. You stepping and fetch it, then I still beat you. I'm just saying. Now I don't care one way or the other. That's my brother's career. He's trying to get paid. You know, hey bro, you just
that's fine. That's fine. But at the same time, you can't bring in the same motherfucker that buried you and then be okay with it. That's the whole part. I don't understand.
I'm not saying he was okay with it because once you under contract, you just sold your soul. And
I get that.
But once you sign that contract, bro, they got you.
Yeah.
They got you. I'm serious. Everybody ain't like Hogan that got, a clause in his contract. And you remember they even talked about that ad nauseum. Remember that? I'm like, what the hell are they talking about Hogan for?
Yeah.
Well,
Hogan.
I had creative control in my deals as I exercised my creative
that
control.
Bullshit.
And and Jeff Jarrett.
He's just like Triple H saying all that
bullshit right there.
I'm like,
there was no reason for him to be in the documentary.
That's my point.
Even part of the whole Bash to the Beach situation.
Don't get me wrong. Hogan was a big influence in me and my brother getting a push. But all that other stuff, how do you need all of that to get to why Jeff Jarrett and Book was working for the title that day?
That was the only reason I think Hogan was even in the documentary because
but he was talking about everything before that even came up. If you remember,
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, because he was building Booker T up. That
right.
He was
and we
building him up.
We never worked with him.
No.
I mean, I was a part of the NWO, but I'm just saying, as a team, we never worked with him. So I'm like, where's all this admiration come? Where this shit coming from? But it's television, and I understand television. So that was a way for Vince to push his legend guys and to push like Triple H and Stone Cold, who's doing that stuff for him, and Triple H being the boss. That was a way to push all of them at the same time. That's how they do stuff, man. But, it is what it is. But anyway, kid, what were you asking now?
A good majority of the questions I did ask, Chris pretty much already took care of it. And you pretty much already took care of it. The ones that I was actually going to ask was, what are your thoughts on today of the product of WWE and AEW? Are you following it?
I love TNA and AEW. I love it. I love WWE too. I still like watching WWE, especially now since I have an alternative to watch. It's one thing. It's kind of like living with the same chick for years, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get tired of looking at the same chick. Not me personally, but some men, they get tired of looking at the same love one, whatever. And then you want to look at other women or something like that. And then all of a sudden, your gal start looking good again. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, wait a minute, shit. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I look at AEW and Impact now, and I'm like, okay, that's my alternative. So now I can look at WWE without all the focus being on everything. You know what I'm saying? I can give them a pass on certain things because I got something else to watch now. So in essence, I think it's good all the way around because no two organizations are the same, and that's how it should be. That's how it should be, man. I like it. I mean, some of the stuff that they do on the other shows, man, it's just like, wow, man. Just coming up with creative stuff, that's hard. People don't realize how hard that is. And they're doing it, man. Like the kid Darby on AEW, the little kid.
Darby Allin.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, dude.
They beat the dog shit out of him, but at the end, he
keeps coming.
Hey, keeps coming, dude.
Because he wants it. It's what he wants.
I love it, man. That's the true baby face. Because the guys got him. You know, the match he was having, I'm telling you, this is one of the best matches I've seen all year. I can't remember the kid's name, but he works with the mask on. And Darby was having the main event with him a couple of weeks ago. You know what I'm talking about? He works with a mask on. That was one of the best. No. Luchasaurus with those Jungle Boy and all these guys. Oh. This oh God, I can't remember the guy's name. And you know what? It's so many guys on AEW. I can't even keep up with them.
Well, I mean, it's only like 2 of them that got masked, and that's like the Lucha Bros.
This guy might. I think this guy was one of the Lucha guys.
Ray Phoenix,
or Pentagon.
Might have been
one of them. Both of them cold.
But this was the main event. This was I don't know if it was the main event, but it was a title match like 2 weeks ago, and man. That guy did everything to Darby, and Darby at the end got the 1, 2, 3, man. I was like, now that was clever the way they did the angle at the end. But I like that. That keeps me like asking, where's this going? How they gonna get out of this one? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a movie where you know the star can't get killed, but how you gonna get out of this? You know. So that's what I really liked about it, man, and that's what I like about AEW, man. I like the alternative. Now that you see,
I mean they have that. They have that unpredictability factor. Right. That's the part that it draws me to their product.
So I do like the products that they're putting out today. I really do. I really do. I like that alternative, and I'll be glad when fans can come back into the building.
That's what I was also going to ask you. Man. I was like, do you agree that we need the fans back like now?
Everything needs the fans back.
We can all agree that the wrestling product's been different since COVID.
Oh, most definitely, man.
The Best Buy LED screens.
The thing is, the fans are
I got to bring it up.
Yeah. The fans are an intricate part of professional wrestling.
That's true.
They are an intricate part of professional. And you look at all sports. I was doing my other show, Black and White, with Vince Russo, and he was asking me a question one day about how many people are complaining about why the ratings in basketball is down because so many players are, giving their political views on things, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, bro, ratings are down on everything. Don't pick and choose shit. And I'm not talking about him, but the fans that was sending in these questions. Don't pick and choose shit because you don't agree with somebody. The fans, okay, you got your opinion. But the ratings are down in everything. You look at kind of numbers WWE was putting up 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
You look at kind of numbers NASCAR was putting up, football, this, that. They ain't putting those up anymore because people are doing other shit now with this pandemic going on. So don't try to blame something on, because if sports has a connection with fans, and some people can't stomach it if the people are not out there. I'm a big auto racing fan. And I'm like, shit, I looked at the Indy 500 last year, one of my favorite things to do in life, and it's no fans. None.
That sucks.
And I have to watch 500 miles of just cars, which was okay, but it went like I've gone to the Indy 500. I've talked about this. I've gone to the Indy 500. I even went there when they had the Formula One race there. The thing is this. You talk about close to 500 million people in one place. 500 million, over 425,000 people in one place. And if you've never experienced that, you'll never really understand how big it is. We're talking about 4 Rose Bowls in one place. And I'm like, nobody there, just the cars? It's like a practice race. I'm just saying I didn't have the same enthusiasm watching it because you don't see those fans. And if you're there, oh, my God, brother, I'm telling you right now, if you ever go to something like that live, you don't ever want to.
I went to the Brickyard, was it Brickyard 400 or Brickyard 600? Right. And the atmosphere of it is like nobody was really paying attention to the race. It was all inside. I mean, eventually some people actually paid attention to the race, but then it was mostly just all inside.
The Brickyard is not like the Indy.
No.
Brickyard is NASCAR. And the thing about Brickyard, when it first started there, back in 90, 93 or 94, I can't remember right now. Oh, it was a big buzz because NASCAR had never been to that track before. Now, it's not a big deal anymore. It's just like one of the races on the circuit now. You see what I'm saying? It's not the big special race anymore. They have a race before. So, it's a big difference now. They don't even sell it out anymore because NASCAR ratings are dropping because it's cookie cutter now. Well, back when it started, you still had Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace. These guys are bigger than big. Now you got the guys today, and they all look the same. All the cars look the same. All the drivers look the same. So it's got cookie cutter now. So people don't gravitate to the, you know what I'm saying? Like a Dale Earnhardt was like Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
This man couldn't go nowhere without bodyguards and stuff like that. He's big. Now a guy walks through the paddock, you don't even know who he is. And somebody tell you, oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, that's him? Oh, I never knew what he looked like. You know what I'm saying? Big difference, man. Kind of similar to how wrestling has become in a lot of ways, how professional wrestling has become. You still got a few of the big names, but most of them are leaving. I mean, Randy Orton, a couple of guys that's still there from yesterday. But other than that, it's all new guys. Think about it. It's all new guys. How many of them going to be on that John Cena level?
They won't have anybody bigger than WWE. John Cena was it.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how all.
They won't allow that to happen. They won't allow that to happen again. When you got Rock, Hogan, Austin, John Cena, I mean, all these guys, bigger, larger than life characters.
Right.
And WWE does not want them to be bigger than the company itself. Like, look at Rock, for instance. We'll never have, I wouldn't say never, but it's a possibility. We possibly never may have that kind of character.
Which one is that?
The Rock.
Oh, no. See, this is the thing, man. Vince is not selling professional wrestling anymore.
No, it's just
Vince McMahon is selling television.
And ratings, and it's not character development.
He's not competing against wrestling anymore. He's competing against other television shows at that hour now.
Because they always mention it, the number one rated show for the longest reigning episode show in umpteen amount of years. Like nobody cares. Right. Nobody cares about that. Nobody wants that. That's like they mentioned SmackDown. I'm like Michael Cole.
They don't say nothing about wrestling though.
No.
See, they always talk
sports
about
entertainment.
No,
it's not pro wrestling.
Always think about the TV show. They never talk about what kind of TV show, episodic TV show,
or episodic TV show,
right.
and the second longest episodic TV show
right.
in history. I'm like, no, we don't care about that.
That could be Gunsmoke or Bonanza back in the day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's an episodic TV show. That's what you're watching now.
Hey, Stevie, I do got a question for you. Not to get off subject though, but going back to the biography, how did you feel when Vince McMahon said the N-word to Booker T and Sharmell?
And John Cena?
Bro, this is the thing, bro. By me working in the business and knows how those guys are, it didn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me at all. Because Vince will do anything. That's why I compare him to Nino Brown. Vince will do anything for ratings.
And got away with it.
Remember when they did that? Because he's on cable. He could never do that on a regular TV station. Like, what is he on now? Fox?
Fox and USA.
Yeah,
he
Fox
could
and
never
USA.
do that on a regular TV station. You can do that on cable and get away with it. You can't do that on regular TV. That's why some of the stuff, since they went under that Peacock banner, a lot of the stuff that you could see on the WWE network, you can't see anymore.
You have to find it on YouTube.
If that. Because it's on regular television. Regular stations do not promote anything that has anything to do with racial stuff, anything to do with LGBTQ community. They don't do any of that. They don't promote that kind of bullshit, bro.
What about his slip up on the pay-per-view? With you actually being there live on camera doing all that, what were your thoughts after that situation happened?
You got to realize something. I'm not listening to my brother. I'm getting ready to do my interview.
Yeah, you're not actually listening and thinking about all that at the time, but looking back at it.
I'm working right now.
Yeah.
I'm working right now. If you see what I'm saying, I'm working. I'm not.
I know, feeding off of what he's saying.
Sitting at home watching television. But you got to realize something. Nobody even knew. People can come up with different things right now, and they got 50,000 questions about it. Mm-hmm. But until that came out on YouTube, nobody even knew it happened. Mm-hmm. Think about that. The only people who knew it happened was the boys that was watching the show at home that day. Mm-hmm. The fans never said nothing about it. No emails, no nothing. Because it happened so fast. Nobody got it. But then several years it comes out on YouTube, whereas you sitting there looking at it, analyzing it, and now you got 50,000 questions. But why didn't them questions come back when we did that? Mm-hmm. Because nobody even caught it. A lot of wrestlers didn't even catch it. Only a few people caught it, and then they came to work the next day on Monday and told everybody else. Not one person even said anything to us about it from the office. Mm-hmm. Nobody even came up and said, "Hey, was that a gaffe right there?" Nobody. We didn't. The only people said. The only people said something about it the next day when we was in catering was Randy Savage.
Who, not catering?
Yeah, in catering, because they was ribbing my brother. They was ribbing my brother because my brother was like, "Oh God," and so Randy Savage. Who else was it? Somebody else. They were all sitting up in the corner. Oh, there go Booker T, man. He called Hogan the nigga. He called Hogan the nigga. And everybody was just laughing about it. And I was like, oh, God, these guys, man, I can't believe they're acting like this. But to them, that was something that's never happened before. They never witnessed. So Hogan didn't even know it happened. So Hogan walks in.
Really?
No, a dog. He getting ready. That was that night they was doing all that stuff with Kevin Sullivan, and Kevin had brought in Jeep Swenson and who else with Tiny Lister and all those. It was, I can't even remember what it was called. And Hogan then was supposed to have been going against them in a cage. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh God, I can't. Some kind of Dungeon of Doom or something.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So they getting ready for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not watching our match. If you see what I'm saying, people think wrestlers sit around and watch wrestling. No, you got a match coming up, so y'all going over that stuff. Me and my brother's stuff before their stuff, we was getting ready to go to the ring when that happened. So Hogan didn't even know about it. Nobody said nothing about it.
Nobody's gonna say anything to him.
So because what nobody, only person, even the guys on the truck didn't even catch it. See what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
The guys on the truck didn't catch it.
So
what I'm
crazy.
saying
that means they weren't paying attention.
No, because they're probably reading a book or something like that. It's a wrestling.
Yeah, right.
It's a wrestling show like, going on.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Nah. This is the interview. Probably but one guy. Now, when the show starts, you got everybody like us with headphones on and microphones, and they going back and forth talking to all the camera guys. Ain't but one camera on, and whoever producer is that's looking at that, you know, the other guys probably sitting there on their computer or going over their paperwork. You just have to put it in perspective. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how this stuff works. So, and the guy that probably caught it probably went, I don't know if I want to be the guy to tell the office that Booker T just said. You know what I'm saying? So nobody don't say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing.
We're just not going to say anything. They'll find it years later.
Yeah.
And they'll just blow up.
The company is gone then. Who cares?
Yeah.
They ain't working out no more. Who gives a fuck? He can say what he want. I'm fired by now. You know, Vince bought the place by now. But, you know, so I'm just saying nobody but some of the boys that wasn't on the pay-per-view, they caught it. And they came to work the next day, and boy, they was ripping my brother, man. And then Hogan walks in. Hogan walks in the catering. And he was going to the line to get him some food and stuff. As soon as he walked in, all the guys that was over there in the corner laughing and stuff like that, Randy Savage with it. Randy gets up out of his seat, runs all the way up to Hogan.
Hey, brother, did you see what happened?
What's up? That was some real good shit.
That was some good shit.
Some real good shit. God. Oh, yeah, he caught you in there.
He comes up to Hogan, man. He comes up to Hogan. Hey, Hogan, what's up? what's up, guys? You know.
Hey, brother.
He didn't even go through semantics or nothing. He went straight to the end. Hey Hogan, Booker T called you a nigga. Oh my God. Just like that. Hey, Hogan.
I would love to see the expression on his face.
Hogan didn't even sell it. He was getting his food. He got a plate with a thing, putting some rice and some beans and stuff on the thing. And I'm sitting at this table right here. My brother's sitting right here with his head down like his dog just got ran over. And I'm sitting at this other table right here. Because I just came in right before Hogan. I think my brother was already in catering. And then Hogan was like, oh yeah? Because Randy then was just waiting to see what Hogan was going to say. Everybody was. And then Hogan went like, yeah, but at least I'm a good nigga.
What?
And then everybody, it just shut Randy down. It just shut Randy's shit down. And everybody else had to shut up. And I fucking bust out laughing. I'm the only guy in the whole catering there. I'm laughing. My gut hurting. I'm laughing so hard. Because I was like, bro, that was somebody in the hood would say. You know what I'm saying? And then Hogan sit down. Yeah. And after that, Hogan sit down, me and Hogan start talking. I said, man, you a fool, man. He's like, hey, man, whatever, bro, blah, blah, blah. And so,
wow.
Like usual, me and Hogan started talking about cars and motorcycles. I'll never forget that. I remember it like it was yesterday. We started talking about cars and motorcycles and stuff like that.
It's like all nonchalant.
Huh? No, it was over and done with.
Yeah.
It's over and done with now. Now, I had forgotten about that whole situation. I had forgotten about it because that's how long it lasted. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you when you ask me a question like, hey, what were you thinking about and this, that, and that? No, it wasn't that kind of party.
Well, now that I know.
It wasn't that kind of party. No, I'm saying you wouldn't know. It wasn't that kind of party. So once Hogan said that, Savage set up. Brian Adams was over there. He shut up. I think Hugh Morris, a few others. I can't remember who. Everybody shut up and went to start eating their meal at catering because that was the end of it. Not until years later, till it came out on YouTube and started making the rounds, it's when it blew up into stuff. Most of the people that was on that show don't even remember this happening.
Wow.
And the only reason I remember it happening because I remember the night.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the night because I didn't even really know he had did it. Because I'm sitting there getting ready to go over my lines that I've been practicing. So I'm not even really listening to him. So what happened at the end? So I start my interview, but in the YouTube video, it stops before it gets to me. You see what I'm saying? With Mean Gene, it's like, well, Stevie Ray, what do you think about that? And blah, blah, blah. And then I start talking. I can't remember what I said. But when it was over with, nobody even said, because I'm like saying to myself, did
even with Sherry having that smile.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I ain't paying no attention to
Yeah,
him. I'm talking about when I was
just like panning them, talking about it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Then he was all kind of disgruntled, and I'm like, what happened?
I'd be disgruntled too if I call a white guy a nigga.
Like,
get you.
He wasn't disgruntled about that. He's disgruntled about he thought he's gonna be in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Get fired.
Or did he think he was in Houston when he did that promo? Because he was all into that shit.
Well, this is what happened. There's a story to that also. We had already did our promos for the night. We had already pre-taped them. This was live. Mm-hmm. We getting ready to go to the ring and wrestle. And somebody comes up to you and go, the promo, y'all got to do a promo. And we was like, we did all our promos already. That's why we had our gear on and everything. And looked like, all down, ready to work. We getting everything I had on, we went to the ring right after that. Right after maybe 10, 15 minutes. They were like, nah, man, they want y'all to do another one. And we were like, goddamn, we getting ready to go to the ring. You don't do stuff like that. Not on a pay-per-view. Because a pay-per-view is live. You can't come back and redo stuff. Everything you see on pay-per-views are done pre-tape. Then they just put them out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we was like, wow, what the hell are we talking about? We don't even know. We done went over the match with whoever we working with. Our mind is on the match.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on this shit. So now we got to shift gears back into promo mode.
Yeah.
Not wrestling mode. I'm in wrestling
Not going
mode.
over everything that you got to go through the match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they was like, okay, they want you to talk about this and that, and because Hogan wasn't even in. We to this day we don't even know why we was talking about Hulk Hogan. We don't even know.
Really?
But we didn't do shit with him. Why would I be talking about somebody that I didn't do nothing with?
Getting the gold, and he was coming for Hulk Hogan.
No, I mean, they done told us, they give us the subjects, the PowerPoints that they want you to hit.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let me try to remember this so I don't mess up. And blah,
on
blah,
live
blah.
TV, no less.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and you're on live TV.
With the straight face.
Yeah.
Right. So what happened
We're live.
What happened was he got hyped up and he was thinking about two things at once. And one beat the other one out of his mouth. That's what happened. He was like, that's why he went like, oh, you know, like, oh God.
They got fucked up, right?
Oh shit.
Because usually when we do that, they just say, oh, okay, start over. You know what I'm saying? And you just do it again.
You can't do that on live television.
You can't do it on live TV.
Yeah,
but by the mere fact that Gene went from him to me, and if you wasn't really watching at that time, because you got to realize pay-per-views, people just kind of like watch the matches. If you wasn't really watching it, you never caught it. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure a few fans did. You never caught it.
At that time, I don't think anybody paid attention to it.
Nobody. I'm telling you they didn't. I was there. Yeah. I'm telling you they didn't.
But
nobody,
years later.
When it came out on YouTube, now it's on a loop.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's
Mr. White said that he finally found it.
They also have it on. They also have it on the Botchamania YouTube page.
Yeah, they got it on there too.
But this, I think it hit in like.
This was. Yeah, I was gonna say this was a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah, it
was a long time ago.
It happened in '99, and it didn't hit you because remember YouTube didn't come out until what, mid 2000s, something like that.
I think so.
3.
And I don't know who put it on YouTube though. If you see what I'm saying, because Vince them had took it down off YouTube, but every time they take it down, somebody puts it right
coming right back up.
So that's why Vince them made the character out of it. What you were just asking me, I mean, Kid was just asking me, how did I feel? Whoever asked me about how did I feel about Vince them saying the N word.
I also said for John Cena. He said it directly to John Cena, and
no.
The camera shot.
I saw it.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm saying is Vince made a character out of it because that was circulating on YouTube, and they couldn't get rid of it. So what does he do? He puts it in the show.
Oh,
that's
so what he. So what he tried to do, and
capitalize on that.
He tried to get some clout.
That's your word. That's your word.
He tried to, I guess, overshadow what Booker T did like 15 years ago, prior to what Vince did. That crap, whatever. Exactly. Try to get the attention on him instead of Booker T.
And tried to make it seem like the book thing was a part of the show at that time.
Right. And it clearly didn't work.
Right. No, what I'm saying is, I'm just telling you that's what they were trying to capitalize off. None of this shit on wrestling, nothing on professional wrestling happens by accident. Nothing. They wouldn't even be exercising or entertaining the N-word if it wasn't for that stuff on YouTube.
Right.
They wouldn't even be entertaining it.
Someone said that he was trying to get some hood clout.
No. What I'm saying is Vince,
hood clout.
Anything that's real, Vince will take it and write it into the show because they got writers. They tried to suppress it. They couldn't suppress it. So some writer probably go, hey, man, what if we write a skit into the show? Because that's the word out there right now. This video that Booker T saying the N-word. That sounds pretty good. How we do that? Well, you'll be talking to John Cena, and all of a sudden you come up and go, hey, what's happening, man? Yeah. And it sounds so corny and stupid. You know what I'm saying? And then my brother sitting there, hey, tell me he didn't just say that, and blah, blah, blah. And boom. To this day, y'all still talking about it. See
Are you sure that Vince Russo didn't come up with that?
No, I know that.
No.
That I know for a fact.
He wasn't even working in the WWE. I think he was working in TNA at that time. I think.
Yeah, he was long gone.
Yeah, he was in TNA or something.
No, he didn't. That. He wouldn't have. Nobody would have. No, it wasn't. It wasn't written. It was a gaff. It was a gaff. It was just.
It was his
something
good shit
that happened, man. You know what I'm saying?
Some real good shit.
I just wish we would have thought of it and really went off.
I mean, that would have been.
I'm saying that would have been a little bit better. Oh man, we talking about Hogan, we would have said, yeah, and then I would have said it too.
But it's just when Vince did
but
it.
Everybody would have got fired. I'm telling you that right now. Everybody. You got to realize standards and practices, bro, they was really hard on stuff back then. I guess they figured. Well, this is the thing right here. You got all these watchdog type companies that oversees everything.
Watchdog companies?
Oh, yeah. That oversee everything on television. Yes. Every word you say. Like, they came to me and told me, okay, me and some buddies of mine for years since we've been kids. I mean, not kids, but young men. We call each other fruit booties. Remember, I used to call people fruit booties on television. That's from me and my buddies. We call each other that, hey, man, you fruit booty, stop doing that stuff. It's just like when Rock used to say candy ass.
Or Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, it's just neighborhood talk. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing. So Standards and Practice came to me and go, they want to talk to you about you calling people fruit booties. No, I'm like, I used to tell my buddies, hey, man, I'm going to take that on television. They would go, hey, man, you got to give us some money for that. And I'm like, what? How do you know you came up with it? We heard I'll tell you what. We heard some other guys saying it on the north side one day. That's when we started saying it. So it was just a buddy thing. So Standards and Practice come to me and goes, Stevie Ray, they don't want you to say fruit booty anymore. I go, why not? They say, well, they think you're making reference to gay people. And I'm like, I'm not making no reference to gay people. I got 100 gay friends. I wouldn't say nothing about them.
Okay, so now people can shut the fuck up now. They can shut the fuck up. They talk about, no, Stevie is beating. No, he don't like gay people because he called them fruit booties and fruity pebbles and all that shit.
That's the first time I've ever heard anybody had a problem with it.
No. I mean, Standards and Practice did, seriously. Yeah. And they thought I was calling people gay. I'm like, dog, really? But then I can see what I'm looking at from the hood. I'm not thinking about the masses, how they take hood talk. You see what I'm saying?
Because motherfuckers are sensitive.
Right. That's when I was like, okay. That's why I stopped saying it. You know what I'm saying? But it was just something me and my buddies used to call each other. A whole bunch of us. Man, I don't know. Maybe about me and these guys are still buddies to this day. We've all been knowing each other 35, 37, 38 years. Hey, man, don't be doing that, man. So, we would say stuff like that to each other. So I said, I'm going to take it on TV and see how people like it. And I remember the first person I called was Diamond Dallas Page. And I said, and everybody liked it. And so in the dressing room, we all used to call each other fruit booties. Hey, what's up, fruit booty? No bullshit. The whole bunch of us call each other fruit booty.
Can't do that you can't do that in 2021.
Well, now this was 19.
Not on Raw or SmackDown.
This was like 98. This was like
I know when people was not sensitive.
Right, I guess you're right. But then I stopped saying it. I was like, okay. And my buddies would come to me and go, hey, man, why you don't say fruit booty no more? And I was like, man, they made me stop saying it, man. They're like, why? They say, not that I was doing that, but people was taking it that way. And I was like, man, I won't do it then. I'm like, shit. Some of my gay friends, they didn't have a problem with it, but my gay friends would call me fruit booty also. So they couldn't say nothing. It was funny. It's just a joke. But that's how the business was, man. And a few other people in Standards and Practices got stuff. I mean, it got really crazy in the later days when we started to get really big on television. So you couldn't do what usually would go down in professional wrestling, if you see what I'm saying. certain things in professional. That's why when you guys bring up the thing about Triple H and my brother, the racist thing, that would have never happened in WCW.
Matter of fact, Steve Ray, got a question for you. One of my friends, Mr. White, he said, can you ask Stevie Ray if racism they experienced that you guys experienced in the Indies were better or worse when they got to WCW or WWE?
Racism is racism. It goes wherever the racist mind goes. I don't care if you're in the grocery store. I don't care if you're at a wrestling match. People that are racist are going to be racist. So I don't give a shit what it was. It didn't fuck with me. As long as you talking, you cool. You step across the line, I'm going to put your ass on the critical list. That's how I deal with racism. So I don't give a shit. It ain't no certain levels of racism. People are racist, and they can't help themselves. So I don't look at racism no different than if I'm at a grocery store and dealing with it, a parking lot, a club, or whatever. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. A lot of times you don't know when people are being racist and when they're not. And this is what I always tell people. I don't give a shit about a person being racist. I don't care. I don't waste my time with it. Unless you step across the line or unless you're in position to fuck with my career. Now we got to talk.
Now, with that being said, now I know that you don't speak for your brother, but with that being said, he was subjected to a lot of racism in the WWE more than he was in WCW from my perspective. So, but
you're talking about on the show. You're talking about in the storylines.
Not in real life.
Not in real life.
No. Hell no. Hell no. Bro, please. Please. Me and my brother.
Because I think fans is like saying that, like, you know, if he was
you can call me or my brother every nigga on earth. As long as it ain't in my face. I don't give a shit. That's America. That's America. America don't stop because a marquee says wrestling.
Because I think fans, I think have the even me, we had the perception of, because Booker T went through that on camera that he's obviously going on behind
I put it like this.
Too.
I put it like this. There are more racial stereotypes that people should be more upset about than if someone experienced racism or not. Do that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
People should be pissed off about a character with a skull smoking and he's a witch doctor.
There you go again.
Kamala and Papa Shango.
People should or someone
Coco Beware.
Or someone that's eating worms. See what I'm saying?
I would never put that shit in my mouth.
No, I'm just
Hell
saying.
no.
What about the Junkyard Dog character?
Junkyard Dog was Junkyard Dog before he ever got to WWE.
Right.
I wonder why he wasn't ever pushed to
because back in those days you had Hulk Hogan. Yeah, Hulk Hogan was here and everybody else was here. That's just the way wrestling was in those days. You always had your big guy that went against Hogan, went against King Kong Bundy, Haku, Andre, just a litany of people that you got to go down that line through. But all these guys are pretty much on the same level. It just was different.
Now, so with that being said, I really wish I could have talked to you right after WrestleMania. So me and you,
this past one,
yes,
okay.
yes, we called this No, we didn't. We never do, bro. We talked back in February.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to interview Shane Taylor and I couldn't because I was in a fucked up spot or whatever, at my place or whatever. Right now I'm in my new place now. So I got to get with Shane or whatever, but eventually. But I wanted to talk to you about the Blackest WrestleMania. Like, were you satisfied of everything that me too?
I liked it.
Yeah. Do you think this was a long time coming?
I think this was what it was. And this is the thing, man. I don't look for people in the wrestling business to all of a sudden turn into something I think they should be. That's just like me asking America to turn in what we want her to be. We can hope and pray all we want, but you're only going to get what they give you. And what we got that night was very satisfying to me. Very satisfying. I actually enjoyed. Do you know this is the first WrestleMania I've watched since? I can't even remember.
Damn.
19.
I can't even remember.
We'll just throw a number out there.
Then you can throw all of them out there.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie.
Maybe,
I think,
maybe Hogan and the Giant. Maybe Hogan and the
I'm damn. That's
Going all
I
the-
know how to watch some, but I can't remember which one it was. I swear to God, I can't remember which one it was. And I'm telling you, bro, I watched WrestleMania, and it was a very good show, top to bottom. And the girls coming out doing their thing, brother, I was ecstatic because it was a great match. And they blew my socks off, man. They blew my socks off. I loved it.
Which part of WrestleMania did you like? Did you like night 1 or night 2?
That's a good question. Because I didn't see everything on night 1.
Really?
I didn't
That
see
was
it.
actually the best one.
No, I thought night 2 was bad.
I didn't see some of the early matches.
No.
You know?
Because number one, you can't sit up here and tell me that burying the Fiend, you know, on the first match was actually pretty good, because that was just, I'm like, what? Right. And then you got some chick that sit up here and, you know, doing the yoga and talk about, you know, and she's up there bleeding internally.
See, I didn't see all that.
No. Okay, I'm glad you didn't, because that shit was trash. For real. That shit was trash.
I didn't see that, man. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. And
then me and Kid is going back and forth live, you know, doing a podcast and talking about, oh, no, he's talking about, no, night 2 was awesome. What the fuck was you watching?
I thought night 2 was better. Even though I watched them back to back. I didn't watch them on Saturday.
I can't tell. I can't tell you because I didn't see it all on the first night. But what I did see on night 1 and what I did see on night 2, I really enjoyed. So
as long as they don't go back to the concept of night 1 and night 2, let's just go back to all in one night.
Just
as long as it's not like 8 hours though. We don't need an 8 hour.
You got to realize something, man. How long these WrestleManias last, man?
When you got 14, when you got 14 matches,
I'm fine with that. Dude,
no,
I grew
don't need an
up
8-hour
watching WrestleMania, dude. I stayed up from fucking 4:00 in the afternoon all the way to 11 o'clock. That's how invested I was in WrestleMania. Okay, this bullshit right now, like, you know, night 1 and night 2, man, please, I'm not trying to come back. I'm like, I was already satisfied already.
I think they should do a night 1, night 2, and night 3.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I got to go to work on Monday, bro.
No, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Again, I got to go to work on Friday.
Yeah.
All right, you watch a show as soon as you get off.
You can take
motherfucker. No, I'm trying to watch this shit live.
You can watch both nights on Saturday, and then
we are not going to do this on his podcast.
You don't think? You think that's the last time they're going to do that?
No,
I hope so.
They might do it next year.
Yeah,
I don't think so, because number one, I'm trying to go.
You're right. It starts in the afternoon and it goes to late at night. Like when we was doing we were at the one in 19 when we did the Hall of Fame. You remember? And brother, as soon because we had to come out, all the participants have to come out and wave. Oh, the class of 2019. And you had to come out and wave and do that. And as soon, I had a bunch of my buddies up with me. As soon as I walked off that stage, I got on my phone and I'm like, hey, man, all you guys get an Uber. Get an Uber and I'll meet y'all back at the hotel. No lie. I'm trying to get, you think I'm going to be here all night? And it was in that stadium where the Giants play. And it was kind of cold.
Jersey.
Yeah, in Jersey. And it was kind of cold. Yeah. It was kind of cold, too. I'm like, man, I'm getting out of here, bro. So we went back to the hotel and, changed clothes and stuff like that. And me and some buddies of mine, we went we were staying over in Jersey, so we went down to Pizza Parlor and stuff like that, and shot the shit because I hadn't had time to spend no time with any of my friends that was there because I was working from the time I got there to the time I left. I even had to work Monday. I had to do another autograph thing on Monday. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought everything was over with. Oh no, you got one more appearance. I was like, golly.
Gotta see all them humans.
I'm looking at my itinerary. I could have swore the date said Sunday. It didn't say Sunday. It said Tuesday.
You skipped the day. That is crazy. Did he just freeze?
I think he did.
Yeah, he did. It's just freeze. Goddamn. Now you see how we be doing on our show. How you be freezing and shit. I told you need to do something about that, McDonald's Wi-Fi, bro.
Not mine.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah.
I have good Wi-Fi. What are you talking about?
No, you don't. You got dial-up.
Never. When have I ever frozen? It was the audio that I had issue with.
No. You got dial-up. Are we sitting here and we literally having a conversation with Booker T? Are we? Damn, he's back.
What the fuck y'all do to my shit?
It's a Kmart Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because we was having like a cordial conversation while you was froze.
You were like this. You were like this for a good, second.
Right. I was just like, oh.
I wasn't even here. Y'all disappeared with me.
No, we didn't disappear. We were still here.
We were still here.
I'm saying on my screen. First y'all froze, and then all of a sudden y'all disappeared, man. My boy Scott, I think he's watching. But hey, man, you guys got your questions out, and I'm glad y'all was honest and forthcoming. What's that again?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like I said, the documentary for me was very educational. I loved every minute of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a newfound respect for your brother. I do. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Even though, sometimes he can act like a company man, but that's either here or there.
Hey, brother, I'm tell you, my brother trying to get that check, bro.
When it comes down to it, it's all about.
That's all about the Benjamins.
You just gotta get paid, man. You gotta get that retirement check.
Hey, tell me about it. That's what he's trying to do, bro.
But other than that, yeah, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I still say that you still the father figure, even though you want to deny it.
Oh no, I didn't deny it. What I'm saying,
okay, good.
I wasn't more of a father figure, more but just a big brother, just trying to take care of his brother more than anything. But hey, I didn't even know my boys was MetLife Stadium. I didn't even know my boys was. I'm sorry, guys. I had to talk with these guys, and I couldn't see you guys' comments and stuff like that.
We was actually looking at. We was also looking at Facebook too. Like I have Facebook. I was looking at Facebook too.
Oh, okay.
Next time I'll probably have Instagram on too.
When I first started watching, they had one Latino, Tino Santana, has changed a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
The big heel. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I had these guys almost like Mr. and Miss Walmart people. See, I don't even know what their conversations are right now, man. I'm seeing some of them. Vince Russo could try to say he came up with it, but not really. Nah, Vince, look, man, Vince be scared to death to come up with anything racial.
Why not? I mean, like, why? He used nigger on fucking national television.
When did he do that?
Steve, we were just talking about this.
What you talking about?
Oh, excuse me. Cable television.
Vince Russo?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong person. I thought you was talking about Vince McMahon.
Oh,
Mr. McMahon.
Never mind.
You heard me say Vince. No, I was talking about
Vince.
You say Vince, he goes straight to Vince Russo.
Yeah, and you know what, Vince Russo, I need an interview with him because the shit that I seen on Dark Side of the Ring, I'm like, bro, like, Brawl for It All, did you really do that just to be petty?
Him and Jim Cornette.
It's funny. Isn't it funny how many things Vince been in? How many situations that went down and Vince is a part of it? Is that funny?
Hey, bro, that was the first time I ever seen that shit. And I'm like, I'm sitting up, man, Stevie, I had to look on my face like,
hey, man.
What? But yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's one reason a lot of guys
got hurt.
So,
yeah.
no,
they got hurt.
No, I'm saying that's one reason a lot of the guys from this business have heat with Vince. Because they looked at that like you not respecting the boys of the business.
No.
Just trying to make money. That's pretty much.
That's kind of unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? And that's why guys like Cornette and those guys from that era, you know what I'm saying? Because he was looking at his entertainment. They was looking at it, wait a minute, brother, you don't put nothing out here and guys can really get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. You know, hey, it was what it was, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask him to be interviewed by you.
Please do, because I would love to interview him.
I'm not lying.
I would love to interview him.
I want you to get on his ass. I ain't bullshitting.
I'm dead ass. Like, I really want to interview Vince Russo. I have some
get on his ass with the tough questions. Just like
I will.
Tonight and go, hey, bro, what the hell were you thinking?
You know,
look, what kind of mark are you? That's what you should say. What kind of mark are you, man, to put people in compromising positions and they're trying to feed their families? You want me to do it?
No, I would love to do them honors. But see, the difference between you and myself is that I'm a respectful journalist.
And I'm not?
No.
That's a lie, you know it. That's a lie. That's a lie. Hey, brother, I asked him. Well, this is the difference between you and I.
Okay.
And someone was just talking to me about this on Instagram tonight. They wanted me, a certain person they wanted me to interview. But because I was like, this person has a lot of different things that's going on in his life in the professional wrestling business. I really don't know how I could really interview him and stick to the floor mat that I do on a nightly basis. Because I like to do what we're doing, laughing, talking, this, that, and the other. I really don't like to get into some of the things that I've seen in the business that I'd rather not talk about. It's kind of like being It's kind of like being in Vietnam. You know, the guy was in Vietnam, but he never talks about certain things that he saw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I am about the wrestling business. You know, you see these guys doing shoot interviews about this happened and that happened, this happened, I seen this happen and this happened to so-and-so and this happened to me. And this, that, and the other. You've never heard me talk like that.
No, as long as I've known you, no, yeah. And I mean, me and you even had side conversations. I was like, are you sure you want me to talk about this? Are you uncomfortable to talk about that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's always that got to be that respect there. Like, I know that you're very, you influential in the business, very knowledgeable, but there's just some things you just don't want to talk about, and I don't want to go in that area with you, you know what I'm saying?
But like I said, I ain't got nothing to do with what other people do, what other people want to talk about. When I talk about things that were serious, I always make them funny because I have to keep that kind of decorum as I'm talking. I don't like to go into that. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of stuff me and Conan, I was doing Conan's podcast. It's a bunch of stuff I've forgotten about. I think the business is so intense sometimes that you actually just block stuff out of your mind. And me and Conan was having this conversation one day, and I was like, man, you do that too? And he was like, yeah, man, I do it too. And I was like, wow, I thought I was the only person like that. It's like post-traumatic stress syndrome. Seriously. It's like post-traumatic stress syndrome that you don't want to revisit it.
Facts.
That's crazy. But anyway, guys, hey, man, I appreciate everybody tagging along tonight, man. Kid USA, Anthony Flores.
I really appreciate you.
No problem, man. Don't be hey, like I said, we had to get this stuff out, man. People want to talk about it, man. They want to talk about the biographies. They want to talk about the dark side.
Well, I do have one more question, though, if that's okay.
What's that?
Now, they said Booker T had said that he had everybody attempt to spin a Rooney. Now, have you attempted a Stevie Ray Rooney?
Hey, I think he was talking about white boys. He wasn't talking about no brothers doing those spin Rooney.
No, fuck that. No, he asked you.
I know. I'm just letting him know when he say everybody. He wasn't talking about everybody. I'm giving you the real deal. He was talking about people that have no rhythm.
But have you ever attempted it though?
And you know what,
look, brother? I used to be a dance champion, bro. What you talking about?
You was a dance champion.
Yes.
So you.
What I'm telling you is this. I got trophies for dancing. Can you say that? You don't know everything about Stevie Ray.
You don't
know everything about Stevie Ray. What?
No. See, when I think of Stevie Ray, I'm thinking of a gangster. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of somebody that's gonna like really beat my ass into the inch of my life.
Look at my boy
I don't look at you as somebody from Dancing of the Stars. I'm just
brother.
Hey, why not? Stevie Ray.
I'm telling you, dog.
Stevie Ray is on Dancing with the Stars.
Look, man, I got trophies.
I need to see him. I need proof.
Seen Stevie Ray do the waltz.
To see nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I could do that. Kid USA, yeah, that's what I did. I practiced that.
I need proof.
I
need proof.
Pictures and trophies or video didn't happen.
Talking about, man. I'm talking about a dance champion.
I need proof.
Talking about. Wasn't no running man either.
See, Mr. White said it best. I think of you as Suge Knight.
That's right. But before, that's right. That can get down. Talking about, man. Talking about. They lucky they didn't put me on Dancing with the Stars. I would have won it.
See, I still need proof.
You know, you ain't gotta believe me.
I don't believe you, so
you ain't got to believe me, brother. I'm a dance champion.
That's fine, but I
still
need
proof. Call up ABC and we'll get him on Dancing with the Stars.
I don't want to go on there now.
Oh, you gotta have that one trophy now. You got that one trophy.
They didn't call me. What?
You get the one trophy.
They didn't call me when I was willing to go.
When was that? Last year?
When did it start?
I don't know. Shit, it's been on like 5 years or some shit.
That's when it starts been on the air for a long ass time.
Well, that's when I wanted to go on there.
Yeah, okay.
And they announced coming to the stage live is Stevie Ray.
Yeah.
With his partner, Such and Such. He comes out doing the wall to the two-step.
Yes.
Wow.
And he kills it.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. Look, brother, I would have made you proud.
Yeah, okay. But I still need to see them trophies.
I wouldn't have been tripping over my feet like the Clyde Drexlers of the world or the Master P's of the world and all these guys. They would have lived like, woo, Big Brother got some moves.
I still need to see them trophies, though.
You ain't seeing nothing, man. You just take my word for it.
Okay. All right.
Participation certificates.
I had a trophy so tall. It was almost my height. I won a trophy.
Ain't you like 6'5"?
Yes.
It wasn't a giant battle royal trophy.
It had to be 6'1", 6'2".
Damn, what type of competition was this?
It was called this real story. I've never talked about it on my show before, and I'm talking I'm talking about it right now with you, of all people, because you don't believe me.
Hearing it first here.
Damn, that's how you feel.
The Texas Nationals.
Okay.
36 couples in the state of Texas. Only the best, and you had to win regional competitions and stuff like that to get to the finals. The finals had 36 couples from all over Texas.
What year was this?
It was in the early 80s.
Damn, that was way before my time.
You talking about you're old shit too.
And shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Early 80s.
Shut up.
And I think I finished in the top 4.
And they gave you a trophy that was 6'2". Hey.
You know what they say? Everything is bigger in Texas.
No, the belt buckles.
Your boy was out there just smoking, boy. I'm just out there just, whoo, man. I look back on that now and go, man. But then after that, man, I started lifting weights and stuff like that. The next thing you know, you too big to dance anymore.
If anybody got that footage out there, fans, if you got that footage, send it to me.
I probably didn't look like the way I do now. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm quite sure it was taped. I'm quite sure it was taped though, because it was a big deal. I'm just letting you know, dog. When going back to my man,
I'm sure it'll be found.
Going back to my man, Kid asking me about can I do the spin a Rooney, brother? That's street dancing. I'm a trained dancer.
That's street dancing.
It takes a trained person to do that, though.
What? Not really.
Let's see.
You better hope. Hell no, I'm too fat for that.
I'm telling you.
You said anybody can do it.
Yeah, anybody can do it if you really know how.
I tried it.
Never tried it.
I tried it. I tried it in the ring during training once, and it was horrible looking.
No, it was.
That's the thing. You don't know how to street dance though.
Okay, so what happened?
I just lay down some cardboard.
You gotta learn how to street dance first.
So what happens if you dry as fuck? What happened if you dry as fuck? You need some Crisco so you can move around or whatever. I mean, like what?
You gotta if you really go back and look at the spinneroonie, some are much better than others. If you go back and look at it, some of them they barely got through it. Then some of them really go right through. So it all depends, man. Some of the time the ring is real hot and real dry. Then sometimes some of the
that Matt burn, that cancer burn.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why he waited till you sweat it up a lot in order to do it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. That's too much perspiration. You better take your ass to the showers or some shit.
The way my brother does it, he's more rolling off his shoulders than spinning on his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? He learned how to do it.
Go right on the back
in
right
the
here.
ring. Yeah, he learned how to do it by rolling off his shoulders, you know, which is an old breakdance move. Whereas you don't really have to put your back on the ground and spin off it. So he knows what he's doing.
Put your back into it.
Huh?
Nothing. I said put your back into it.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. But anyway, guys, hey man, we're gonna have to do it again. I appreciate y'all coming on tonight.
Definitely, thank you for having me.
It was an honor. Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I used to break. Now see, my fan sport said he used to break down 150 pounds ago.
Dan, how much you weigh now?
Well, add 100 pounds to that, at least 250.
Damn. Well, I mean, shit. He doing better than me.
That's awesome.
He doing better than me.
Yeah, but hey man, we're gonna have to do this again because Sonny Ono, I appreciate y'all coming in and taking Sonny Ono's place. And like I said,
no problem, man.
I honestly think I'm going to put Sonny on ice for the next month. I don't really need him. I can just call you guys. We can get more out of it, man.
Definitely.
You know where to find us.
Oh man, I've been meaning to call you anyway, but to bring you on with me and Jimmy, man. But every time I get ready to do it, I forget, man. So
no, it's all good. It's all good. Just hit us up if you need us.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate it.
Gladly do it. We'll gladly do it again.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate your time, man.
Have a good night, y'all.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
To the guys. All right, guys.
Yep. See you later.
All right, brother. You guys can. Okay, there you go.
All right.
He sent you the piece, right?
Which one?
Do I need to take you out, or can you take yourself out?
Oh, I can take myself out.
Okay, then cool.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right.
Okay, guys. Appreciate everybody tagging along tonight. This was a long one, man, but we had to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, man. But tomorrow night, man. Tomorrow night, brother, we got an up-and-coming MMA star. You know, up-and-coming MMA star, and I want everybody to watch this show, man, because I think it's going to be pretty cool because we got a big MMA show that's going down here in Houston this weekend. So we're going to have Mr. Adrian Yanez. You guys look him up right now, Mr. Adrian Yanez. He's going to be on the show tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones. And we might just be going to that show this weekend. So, for my man, Chris Dillsworth, and his buddy, the Kid, USA, I am Stevie Ray. This is Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray, the world's most dangerous podcast. And I am